So
yeah, it's the number 3 car.
So Brian Branson and Jazz Dapper are 1 minute 40 behind the race leader now. Okay, we've got 28 cars in this race then. There's not too many of them. I see Cole Chambers has passed Ray Honeybone, so that's for 10, which will be next 7 or 6 I think. 6 places, 4 cars are yet to pit. And the race two of the shared cars are yet to pit. Actually 3 of the shared cars are yet to pit.
Two of the drivers now out in pit lane, so that's likely to happen very soon.
The leading pit stoppers are separated by just 7/10 of a second. Phil Knibb ahead of Mark Havers, the 2 Seats. Leading the race on the road is still Ollie Elmer in the Civic, and then the car coming down towards you, John. BMW Z4. This is one of the driver changes, Chris Earl and Michael Williams. I'm not sure this car.
One car is one of the driver change cars that you mentioned.
The other car, or at least one of the other cars yet to pit, has stayed out. Both the other.
We've just got one coming in again now. Can't see the number on that yet. It's stopping right down the bottom end of the pit lane.
Looks like it's 58 Miles Mosley, a Peugeot. Yeah, they're the 2 drivers yet to pit.
Is that a second stop for that car at the far end of the pit lane?
No, that's the first stop for that car.
Okay, so that'll be everybody in now then once those guys have gone.
We've got 3 more cars to pit, 2 of them to change drivers, and the race leader, Ollie Elmer, yet to pit, although he's about to be passed by the Seats, I think. So yeah, you've got 3 more cars yet to pit, and 2 of them are to change driver.
Okay, we'll wait down here then.
But for the lead of the race, you've got 3 cars on the track together because the Honda Civic of Ollie Elmer is about to be passed by the 2 Seats, which is happening, I think, at the moment through the Williams corner. And they have both passed him, got lots more power, 350 brake horsepower, something like that in the TCR cars. And Phil Knibb continues to lead, but Mark Havers going after him. And Mark Havers has taken the lead, in fact, so a change of lead. Mark Havers in 63, who's a pretty inexperienced driver. He's only been racing for a year or so. He's passed number 90 Phil Knibb. So new race leader, number 63, Mark Havers. 20 minutes of the race to go. So if stop can happen this lap or the next one probably, but I think it might pit time by for those cars yet to pit. But the battle of the Seats for the win here, it seems. How's Jazz Saffron getting on? So yeah, he's had his outlap. He's 1 minute 36 behind the leader now, and he was ahead of Brian Branson by a couple of seconds, and he's lapping quicker than the Seats are, but it's so far behind with only 7 or 8 laps left. He's not going to catch them. But here comes Mark Havers, the new race leader, sets the fastest lap, 2 minutes 34.301, and he's pulling away from Phil Knibb. This is a peak performance from Mark Havers. He leads by 2.3 seconds. Ollie Elmer is pitted, so this is not a driver change. I think Ollie had just sit in the car and served his time. So that means Kester Cook is now 3rd in the Ford Fiesta, the Class C car. 4th and 5th are together. Mark Lloyd-Jones in the Honda Civic, the Class Golf in the Class B leading car. There's the Peugeot 308, Cole Chambers in 5th. In 6th position is Ray Honeybone in his Renault Clio. There's a big gap before we get to anybody else. Which 7th place should be Richard Clark for the Fiesta. The next car to pit is 15, which this is a driver change. 6th for Nick Underwood and Andy Gregory. So that car, this end of the pit lane, changed drivers.
Yep, that's the Langworth Motorsport International car. That's right up your end, and that's the 3rd and final pit stopper coming in, I think.
Yeah, that's the 29 MG.
Elmer looking good down there, quick drink for the driver, but apart from that, no work on the car at all.
The final car to pit is the Max Corporal and Jonathan Upchurch MG ZR.
Yeah, the 29 car, that's in now. Very leisurely stop. Comes in, switches it on, pushes the lights on.
Elma is rejoining now, just behind the BMWs that pitted earlier, and Jazz Zapra's just set the fastest lap of the race, a 2 minutes 32.007, which is 2 seconds quicker than the leader, 5 seconds quicker than second place, 7 seconds quicker than third place, and 12 seconds quicker than fourth place. So Jazz Zapra's going to progress through this field pretty rapidly.
Just 26 BMD now to come. 29 rather.
Okay.
And that is about to leave in a few seconds.
So that's what should be all the pit lane activity, or the scheduled pit lane activity, out of the way.
Yep.
Okay, thanks John for that. So to prove how quickly the pit lane got there, and everything picked up fairly smoothly. No real drama. So Mark Havers across the line to lead this race now by 4 seconds over Phil Knibb, so he continues to pull away. So this is by far the best that Mark Havers has gone. In tricky conditions, this is really good stuff from him. So he's pulling away from Phil Knibb. Kester Cook is third. He hasn't got the power of the cars in front, but he's much slower in his Ford Fiesta, the Class C leading car. Fourth and fifth was a battle, but I think Mark Lloyd-Jones on this lap is eking away from Cole Chambers, not by much. Volkswagen Golf versus Peugeot 308, two of the newer cars in this field. They're separated by 7 tenths, because through the final sector Cole Chambers was quite a bit quicker. They're in different classes. Mark Lloyd-Jones leads Class B. Ray Honeybone comes through in 6th in his Clio. 7th place, there was a group of cars behind Richard Clark. So let's see if Richard Clark has held on to 7th position on this, the 9th lap of the race. So 16 minutes to go. A long way behind the top 6 in group, but Richard Clark is still there in P7. And he's pulling away now from Sean Green, who's got himself up into 8th position in the Honda. The 9th place car is the new Class D leader, and a change on that lap. So Scott Smith, still a relative newcomer, novice cross on the back, is up to 9th overall in his Clio, and is leading Class D. And dropping down to 10th position on that lap was Tim Pole in the BMW Z4. There goes Jazz Zapra. He's up to 14th now, and Brian Branson's up to 15th in the BMWs that were leading before the stops, before the safety car period. And they certainly should progress up to pull past that group into 7th. Getting any more might be difficult. Oh, and there's a car off. Back Mark Lloyd-Jones in the Golf. He's gone off at Oggies. He's going to get back on again after a grassy excursion. And he rejoins the circuit then, but he's lost that position then to Cole Chambers. That he was in 4th place, but Cole Chambers now in the Peugeot moves up the position, but Mark Lloyd-Jones still in Class C, a long way ahead of anybody else. Up front, Mark Haven is being recaught in the traffic, lap traffic. So Phil Knibb is catching Mark Havers once more. He's a more experienced driver, is Phil. And he's going after the race leader then. Lights ablaze on these two Seat TCR cars that complete 10 laps with 15 minutes to go, and the lead gap comes back down to 2.1 seconds. A much better lap done by the chaser, Phil Knibb. 2 minutes 34.6 to Mark Havers 2:36.5. Kester Cook is well clear of all the lesser powered cars there in 3rd position. He's in his Ford Fiesta. He's in the 238. Nobody else has got anywhere near that behind him. Cole Chambers is 4th now. Yeah, he's not lapping anywhere near Kester Cook through the sectors. So Class C, Kester Cook leads by a long way over Cole Chambers. He comes through now. 21 seconds adrift. Mark Lloyd-Jones is there in 5th after he's off, and then Brian Honeybone is 6th. Jazz Zapra and Brian Branson now amongst that big group of cars heading up towards Coram. They're going to have gained a lot of positions over the course of this lap. Through the first sector, Brian Branson was quicker than anybody in the whole race. Jazz Zapra just behind Sean Green now. Sean Green was 8th, so they've almost passed all that group in 1 lap. 13 minutes to go. Another 6 laps or so. So through goes Clark in 7th, and then side by side for 8th, and Jazz Sapra goes through. So Sapra's into P8 now, and Brian Bransom will follow him past Sean Green shortly. So Sapra's going over 10 seconds a lap quicker than those in front of him. He's half a minute behind Ray Honeybone in 6th. There's no reason won't catch them. So top 5 finish, potentially still on, I think. There's a biting into that gap, despite going through the traffic. Meanwhile, for the lead of the race, Mark Havers is continuing to be caught by Phil Knibb. They turn their way into Coram Curve then, these two Seats up front, and Mark Havers, his lead is being reduced all the time. The gap was 2.1 seconds. In sector 1 it came down by a couple of tenths, it's come down by another 8 tenths in sector 2, so it's about a second now between the two cars. Although through the sector 3 it looks a bit better by the leader, Mark Havers. So the lead gap is 1.5 seconds now, so over the lap it came down by half a second. They've got BMW to lap in front of them, and Phil Knibb has just done